Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for the 18th of March, starting with the ASX here. As you may know, we're looking at this as from wave 3 here. We're looking as wave 3 and A, B, C, D, E here for wave 4, and we're looking for a move higher up through here. I'm finding it a little bit difficult to see what's going to take it higher because we've got a bit of a bearish situation on resources and also the banks as well. What I have been looking for though is support on top of the 6,800. Obviously that's the line in the sand through here, so we need that as support. We've made the first effort. I mean, we've made those efforts here before where it's had the first high above the level and never got back up above that particular high here as well. So we're still looking for that. It's a process to get support, and it looks like the market wants to, it's just not getting it there yet. So let's just go and have a closer little look at this, and we'll also look at banks and resources as well. So we had a long trade in here. We've been stopped out at break even and we need to move back in on support. It does appear that we've got a bit of an impulse wave here, but look, it's just not the safest looking trade that I've sort of seen, but if that gets triggered, then just lift the stop up under this low here for that, okay? It could certainly drop lower from here as well, but let's just see how that plays out. It appears that we've got some sort of ABC pattern in here, which is good. This is all a little bit messy in here. This is sort of okay-ish in this space. Yeah, so let's just see how we go. But it's all about support being on the 6,800. So as you may know, we're looking at, we'll have a look at, well, let's have a look at the banks first. Let's have a look at Commonwealth Bank. So let's just get CommBank up here. Might be easier first if I just go back to the daily chart here and then get an idea of what's what and then move in. So I mean, the banks in the US have been doing really quite well, and I've been looking at this here as well, wave 3 top or wave C here. So wave C would be a larger top, but as a wave 3 here, we would look at this down here as an A wave here, a B wave here, and then down for the C wave here of wave 4, and then trade long from that regard, which I think is the case, rather than wave C here, which I'll just dull out here a little bit and put it in the background a bit, because the reason because of that is because this wave B was really high here. If it was a wave 2, it'd really just go to the 61.8% and really want to go down at that stage, but we're not really seeing that. So yeah, we've got 5 waves in this leg here, and we can count this as 3 waves in here for the B wave. And then I think we can count this as 5 here with a retracement here. So we should be looking to move down here for this. So just putting this down here as wave 1, back for wave 2 here, down for 3, 4, and 5 here for this, and then up from that point. Look, even if I was wrong and the market was going to go up through here, it's not going to go very far anyway, because then we would look at this here as the arrival here, and I'm kind of looking at this as the reaction here as 3 waves, and then the first high above the level, and then an ABC pattern here, and then moving further up there. So currently we would be in this B wave, just on the other side of this B wave, coming down in this leg here as a classic trading levels pattern. To get support up here, because that's where the long trade will be. So we've got to be careful we don't lose money in this space here. That said, let's go to the tick chart and just pull that apart a little bit. So we've got our 5 waves down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in green to make blue wave A, and then an A and a B and a C wave here for B. And then we've been looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1, and wave 3 is a bit dodgy, but it's there, wave 4 and wave 5 here. So we've got 5 waves down here as well. So yesterday we were looking for an A and a B and a C back up into the box here. And it does appear that we have the wave 1 to the downside here now in place here. So wave 1, and going back for wave 2. Now Thursday's got a bit of a habit of opening higher and then closing lower for the day. That's Thursday normally. So that leaves us Friday with the buying. But I don't know if we're going to get through 5 waves here for this, you know, as 1 and 2 here, 3, 4 and 5 coming down here somewhere. Yeah, like I said yesterday, once that we could short under this leg here, so that could still be the case as well here. I'll leave that to you. You might be able to get a better trade through there in terms of coming through this way. That might be helpful there, but we need to clarify this. Well, that really looks like 5 waves to me, so in that instance we would look at this, and the other banks would follow, of course, so I don't need to do those today because I want to have a little bit more of the look at the resources, because I sort of discovered yesterday that there's a possibility that a more bearish picture would come into play, and because stocks are rotating in the US, you know, from tech stocks to value stocks, that means that the rotation in here may happen from resources to the banking side, you know. So we just need to pay a bit of attention to that. So yeah, expect a high opening here, but just be mindful, you know, if we take this top out here, then of course you can go long at that point and you may be able to get a better short position than this as well. But if Friday closes lower, right, then it's likely Monday's going to follow. Thursday. Oh no, Thursday's a bear. I just can't see it getting 5 waves down here in that day. Anyway, that's the pattern. So we'll just see what occurs. I mean, it's not. Well, it's even more than 5 waves. It's still got this wave 3 here, and then we've got a wave 4. So this is more than a day's work, you know. Definitely more than a day's work, so we'll just see how that plays out. So it's hard to see how the index is going to move up, you know. That said, the bullish track that I've been looking at for, well, first of all, we better have a look at, I mean, I'll put a bullish case forward, and then I'll put a bearish case forward as well. So I would like to look at the commodities first, so iron ores first, which is over here. So iron ore is still playing out quite nicely here. We know that this is a corrective pattern in 3 waves here. So it means that we should be taking that top out. So we've been working through this for quite some time now as wave 1 here, and an A and a B, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for the C wave here for wave 2 here. And then we can look at this as wave 1 and 2. So we need to see this market move up from this point. We do not want to see, if this is going to be the case here, we do not want to see that move below that, because then it opens up something else which I need to get my head around. But we want to see this push up from this point here, and this is what, you know, when that occurred on that low, that's what we've been looking for. So it's happening, it is moving. Will it move up through here? If that's the case, then FMG and Rio and all that would be safe at that point, you know. But if that low goes out, then we've got a problem for those iron ore stocks. Now, also too with copper, let me find my copper chart. This is my copper chart here. It's also in corrective mode here as well. It still needs to be confirmed, but the A wave down here, the B wave here, and the C wave here, we could put wave 4 here, or we could rearrange this in other ways as well. We could put, well, we can just copy that and put wave B here and wave C over here for this as well. So down for an A wave here, up for a B wave into the 50-60% retracement level area. And because this is in 3 waves here so far, could it be wave 1 and 2 and then 1 and 2 here? Possibly, but I would want to see this 61.8% here as the support. Well, in that case, we can look at group 1, which is roughly 100, 200 and 300 there. So it could go up into this space and come up. We could end up with, this could be a triangle pattern coming in through here. These are the things that it can be, right? So a triangle pattern coming into play here as an A wave, and then a B wave, a C, D, and E wave here for that. It could be just a straight A, B, C here, and then go straight up from that point, but I'm not really seeing what I'm supposed to be seeing here. It's still okay as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here, but would need to make a really clear break above, you know, clearing, you know, moving up from that point there. The other point that this could be is that it can be an A wave to here, a B wave to here, and a C wave coming up to here. And then come back down here in 5 waves. So because we've got 3 waves here, it's part of the either the triangle, flat family, double zigzag or something. So we could have this as a regular flat, as an A wave here, B wave here, and a C wave here for this in 5 waves. The thing is that the Australian dollar's got the same pattern as well. That's a 4-hour chart for copper and a 1-hour chart for the Australian dollar. So Australian dollar and copper have got the same things going as an A and a B and a C wave here. It doesn't count that well nicely up here for an impulse wave. It's more like it's in 3 waves. So we may end up having this here as, just take some liberty here, as an A wave here, B wave up here, and a C wave down here for this as well. We've seen the US dollar index drop, and we've seen other currencies pop. So, and in this case here, we could copy this as the A wave here, the B wave here, and the C wave coming up through here, somewhere to the 50-60% retracement level here. So really it's got the same as copper. So what we'll do is just allow this, we'll be able to make heads or tails of this a little bit further along the line. What we need to do here is count 5 waves up here. I'll just do this here, 5 waves here. Once that 5 waves is finished, anything above that, then we can trade long again above that. We're long already here for this, so you can just manage that whichever way you want. But this 5 waves here, yeah, once we move past that, then, you know, if we move past that, those 5 waves, then we can go to the upside, and we'll use that as the ABC pattern. But because this is not a beautiful 5-wave structure here, then there's a problem with that. You know, it's hard to count this as 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 here. It's just a little bit big. It's kind of like this is all the same leg. That's all the same leg. So yeah, a few problems on that note. But looking at these here, we should be bullish in these patterns, right? So that means we should make new highs above these here. That's the case for the bullish side, and iron ore being this bullish here as well. So with FMG on the bullish side, we're looking at this as an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave down here. So if I go from this weekly chart down here to 1 hour, we'll just pull this apart a little bit. So I believe from the top here, the B wave here, so we're looking at an A and a B and a C wave here. I'm assuming that's the high, so I'm assuming there's a 1 and 2 in here, and a 3, 4, 5 here for 1, and then back for 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and dropping down here for 5, and then 4, and then 5 here for this, and then moving back up from that point. It could be a little bit different from that. I could put this wave 2 sitting here, and then look at this as wave 3 here, and this is wave 4 and wave 5, and have this as the low. I've just gone for the conservative one first, so we'll just see how that plays out. So, you know, for FMG, we need to see it down at 18, around the 18, if not even lower than that. We'll see how that plays out. That would be the simple A, B, and C here for that. Of course, this correction can get a bit more complicated than that. But, you know, it also gives us the classic trading levels pattern too, doesn't it? You know, the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, then the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave here, and technically That's the 38.2% retracement level from this low here, very roughly, this one here. So that's the 38.2. So it doesn't have to come all the way down to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree, but it could do. So we just need to be a bit mindful of that scenario. So maybe, you know, looking at iron ore and copper and FMG, that we have a wave 4 in play for those markets. And that's CBA, that's the ASX, I can stay there for a moment. So what's sort of haunting me at the moment is that I was looking at BHP here being a wave 3 top coming down for a wave 4, and we'd have 1 and 2 and 3, and we're looking for wave 4 here and then wave 5 to break this. So I think that will be broken to breach today. So that will give us 5 waves down here somewhere, and then a 3 wave counter trend here, and then another 5 waves down here at minimum. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 coming down here. So I'm thinking that I have a position in this, and I'm thinking about I will exit on the rally here for this. That's what I'm thinking, because on the bearish case, I was looking at RIO, caught my eye first. So this is the bigger picture for RIO here. It's hard to look at RIO. You know, we can look at, you know, we're coming back to the 2008 thing here. So I was looking at this thinking, well, the thing that sticks out to me is this one here, basically, in 3 waves here. So to me, it's like, that's a B, you know, if I was looking down, this is an A wave here, a B wave up here, and then a C wave down here, I would want to see 5 waves down here, you know, for the C wave to finish here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a C wave. So an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave here. But I don't have that. I just have those 3 waves here. So that's more like a B wave. So in that case, I have to look at this move up here as the A wave here, the B wave over here, and then the C wave over here for this in 5 waves. So when I look at this here and try to pull this apart the best I can, grant you this wave 1's a little bit small here, but it does tie in nicely with this 5 waves being 5 waves. So as 1 and 2 here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then moving up for 5 for 3 here, and ABC for 4 here. And then looking at this here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here for 1, back for 2, up for 3 here, back for 4 here, and then a small 5th wave here. So if that's the case, it's a little bit like a classic trading levels pattern. So we've had the arrival here, the reaction here in 3 waves here, which is the wave 4 here, the arrival, the reaction here, and then 5 waves up here for this, coming up here for this, and wave 5 being short. So if that's the case, then we'll see RIO come back down here, at least having a larger ABC pattern here. So if I look at this on the daily chart here, just to pull it out for you a little more, I haven't updated it, but we'll do that right now. So we don't need this, and we can get rid of these. I haven't really used this. So there's 5, we know we've got 5 waves there. So we've got wave 1 here, wave 2 here, wave 3, 4, and 5 here, to make that 5th wave here rather than the 3rd wave. And that makes that 4th wave down the bottom here. So there's a bearish case for RIO, and because it didn't get support on top of group 1 here, the 30, what I normally find is that if the market's played up here and then it finds the number 2 here as the resistance, then it's going to be pulled like a magnet back down into the 100 here. And if it's coming down into the 100, well, then we've got to look back, you know, even further here, you know. That's what I'm thinking. So there's a good bearish case for this market. That's what sort of haunts me a little bit on the resources. It may not be the case. I'll do some more work over the weekend and check this. I did some work yesterday when I was on the just on the TradingView platform here for BHP, and the same thing, a slightly different case plays out here for this. If I can just go, I don't know if I got the monthly here or. Well, in this case, it's kind of a little bit different because, first of all, this move up through here is 5 waves, and on the US market for the New York desk, it's got a higher move up here. So I can put that there as the wave 5, and then look at this as the A, the B, and the C pattern here for this. But Rio's different from this. Rio's got this 3 waves down here, but in that case, it doesn't go below here, and it's more like a B wave, and it's just completely different. But in this case, an A and a B and a C wave coming down here, and if I just show you that on the monthly chart or something for so this top over here, don't worry about it too much, but on the New York desk you can see how it's taken the top out here and had the 3 waves down through here. So yes, we can look at it as an ABC pattern here, and I was looking at it as 1 and 2 here and going up in this direction here, but I can count 5 waves up in this space here now. So I'm thinking this may be just a B wave up here. Anyway, coming back to this BHP here and looking at it on the weekly chart here. So we've got wave 1 and 2 here, and then I've pulled all this apart here. So we've got 5 waves in this little move here for 1 and 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the third wave, fourth wave, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here for the third wave. And then that makes the wave 4 here okay, and not overlapping wave 1 here for that. And then that leaves us with this move up through here, which I'll just go from the weekly chart to the daily chart to get a bit more thing in here. And this brings back this other alternative count that we had before. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 in here, and then all the way up for 3, 4, and going up for 5 here, hitting this top here for this. And then it opens it up. And as I just mentioned on the other chart here, that we're starting to get an impulse wave to the downside here. So I'm thinking that this is where we really everybody needs to be careful here, because if we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, and we make that extra low here today, then we could look at that as wave 1 here, then back for 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, even though that copper, iron ore have got those bullish patterns, and also crude oil is bullish as well, but we're seeing, you know, BHP react from the 50 in 5 waves. So even if this was corrective here for a moment, right, so if I just remove this here, where's my other little, we'll go to my other BHP page over here somewhere, this one. So if we look at this as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and we come down here further today, we could still look at this as an A wave and a B wave and a C wave back here, but it's still bringing us much further down. But what I'm thinking is that, well, we could get trapped in a more of a third, it could just come down to here, and I'm worried about nothing and move up from that point. But what I'm saying is that we'll be putting ourselves at risk for a larger third wave to come down here. And once we get trapped in the third wave, well, then we're doomed after that, do you know? So if BHP for some reason just pops up here today from that point, then that's fine, and we'll put a stop under the current lows here. But even if it does come down here today, further through here, down into the 45, say, that would be the next level coming down here, down at 45, somewhere just in there, good enough for the time being. If it hits the 45 and then bounces back here, then we really need to study this 5-wave structure here a little bit more, and you have to ask yourselves if you want to be stuck in a trend on this side of the fence here that can turn into a third wave rather than an A and a B and a C wave to this point. So yeah, I'll look at this again on the weekend. I just noticed it yesterday. So yeah, I'm just sharing my concerns with you guys at this stage. So I don't have any answers. I don't know what's right or wrong at this point. I was bullish because I could see that bullish case, but we're not seeing the stocks that we're trading doing the same thing. You know, we're seeing BHP come down, we're seeing RIO come down. Where's China? Let me have a look at China for a moment. I was looking at China as a bullish case here. I just want to go to, where's the day here? See, it's also here. It looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here as well. I've got this as an A and a B and a C wave here, and that could be correct, but I don't know if we want to get caught in, you know, if this side of it here as well. I mean, this is where the resources are coming from, isn't it? I mean, even when we look at iron ore, it's coming from, that's from the Chinese exchange. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Dahlia or something? But yeah, anyway, look, I'll leave it all at that. Just something for you to have a bit of a think about over the weekend, and it's something that we'll be working on over the next 5 days here. So let's see which way it falls. Alrighty, okay, cheers.